Welcome to Rwpcs News, the right news, the right way. I'm Brianna Toddy. Shawnquille Dennis and Shaka Williams are on break this week, finishing up their senior papers. But they might just join us in this episode, so let's get started. Next week will be the second time we will be taking the standardized test called PARCC. PARCC is the Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers. It is a test that is administered in various states around the U.S. The purpose of the PARCC is to have a countrywide analysis of students. There are 5 million students in 11 states, including D.C., taking the test. The test will be administered on May 13th and 14th, and it is mandatory. Students have been preparing all year long and should do well. The PARCC exam has replaced the DCCAS. We have to take this exam in order to graduate, and the scores that come back after everyone takes the test affects the school annual yearly progress. Hey juniors and sophomores, are you ready for college? Well, if you're looking for motivation, check out this story about seniors going to the first ever DC College Signing Day.
College, an educational institution or establishment in particular. Well, that's where Wright first graduating class of 2015 will be going in the fall. Students have been waiting their whole lives for this day, that they get to hear their names called and walk across the stage to receive their high school diploma. And to celebrate that day, seniors went to George Washington University for DC's College Signing Day. Students all across DC got a chance to get words of encouragement from radio personality Angie Ans, who works for 93.9 WKYS and is a graduate of Howard University, and DC's Mayor, Mary Bowser. Seniors had a wonderful time at this event, but we asked them what is their overall feeling of Wright as they go off to college.
Well, coming in as a junior, it was hard because I had to leave like all the friends I made since like elementary school behind. And coming here, everybody wasn't as welcoming as I would have hoped. But eventually I realized that it didn't matter about them, it mattered about me and doing what I had to do academically to like get into college. So I had to just like get over it. Luckily, I got an opportunity to do the newscast, which has been really fun and educational because this is like what I want to do with my life. Like, I've never imagined doing anything other than journalism because nothing else interests me. This is really what I want to do.
I just feel like I missed all the fun stuff because it seemed like everything happened in ninth grade for the seniors. But I feel like I accomplished a lot of things coming to this school because I changed the way I was academically from being a freshman. And yeah, now I'm leaving Wright. Class of 2K15, Spartans. I don't know. I feel great actually. Like I really do feel great. I feel like I'm prepared. I feel like college is going to be a whole new challenge for me. But with all the obstacles I face, I still feel like people see me in this light as this person that's like super nerdy, super whatever. And it's like I'm a very nice person, very chill, very down to earth. And going to college, I think people will be able to see that more. Like I am a nerd, not gonna lie, but I feel like people will understand where I'm coming from more than just being here. It's like I'm leaving. Like 4 years is a very long time, but also a very short time in the same sense. Like you get to know the people that you are in class with, and it's like I love 12-4 to death. Like that's my class. I love them. They are so everything, and the fact that
What could have been 5 years turned into 4 years, and so I look at this moment as, you know, I don't really believe it. It's like watching the fight between Pacquiao and Mayweather. It's like I can't believe what's going on right now. I've been waiting all my life. I've been dreaming about it for countless days, countless years, and it's like now I have that moment for my name to be called and I get to walk across the stage. And I'm really excited. I really can't wait until June 6th. I'm Shaka Williams for Rwpcs News.
Did you know that the DC Signing Day was put together by the Reach Higher initiative, which is run by our First Lady of the United States of America, Michelle Obama? You learn something new every day, don't you? Seniors, don't forget to turn in those papers today by close of business. Dr. Clark will not accept any papers after 5 p.m., so hurry up. No, seriously, you need those papers to graduate. We want to recognize the following students for getting published in April's edition of the Capital News. The Capital News is a local paper that features articles of interest about DC and specifically Ward 8. Congratulations, Stokely Lewis and Kiana Cyrus. Both are WPCS juniors. You make us so proud, and we encourage more students to be contributors to the paper and get published on a monthly basis. Shout out to Ms. Lerner and Mr. Baumfalk for pushing their students. Ms. Mosley and Mr. Christmas are incorporating some 21st century technology in some of their English classes, and we caught up with Ms. Mosley to get the scoop on what they're actually doing in class.
Well, that day we had Mr. Stanley Mosley, a well-known videographer and photographer from National Institutes of Health and owner of Himbad Productions in Maryland, come in and discuss videography and how to convey tone through your shots. He discussed frequently used terminology in the industry and how to properly convey sadness, happiness through close-ups, wide shots, medium shots. We did this because we're reading Monster by Walter D. Myers in 9th grade, and it is written in a screenplay style, which gives directions for where the actors should be and what's going on. It also gives directions for what type of shot is needed. I noticed that the children were having a difficulty determining what MS stood for, so I saw an opportunity to bring in a guest speaker to assist with our upcoming project. Our upcoming project will consist of actually filming a portion of the text. Specifically, if you want to check out the book from the library through Miss Youngfolk, pages 65 through 73, and they will be acting out the flashback scenes of the actual murder that took place on location at a corner store. So we will be filming with our partners at District Donut, who said they love Wright Public Charter School and are looking forward to working with us.
We also asked Mr. Mosley, who just so happens to be Ms. Mosley's father, why he got into filmmaking and how important it is to show the next generation true filmmaking.
First of all, my father loved still photography, and he was the official family photographer. At that time, he shot only slide film. So we have lots and lots of slides, and I got my passion from him. In high school, I had to decide what it was I wanted to make a living at. And I loved telling a story. I loved taking photographs of people, of images of things. And I just naturally gravitated to photography. I started out shooting still photographs and motion pictures, and eventually into video. I've made my living doing it for 40 years, and I've enjoyed every moment. It's important to pass this love of photography and film onto the next generation, because it's important for us to have a visual legacy, an auditory legacy, that things we could look at and listen to guide the next generation onto greater achievements and endeavors.
Get your tickets early because it's going to sell out. And now let's go to Miss Youngfolk and Mr. Fagan for the Wright News Reading Corner.
Good Good afternoon, Richard Wright, and welcome to another segment of the Reading Corner. I'm Mrs. Young Folk.
And I'm Mr. Fagan, and welcome to the sights and sounds of the fabulous rooftop of Richard Wright Public Charter School.
Yes.
Welcome to spring.
Yes, love it. Now, welcome to the month of May. We have brand new vocabulary words for the month of May. And let's get started with our reading strategy. Mr. Fagan, can you get us started with the reading strategy?
Sure. Our reading strategy for the month of May is summarizing. You should always incorporate summarizing in your writing. Summarizing is 1 or 2 sentences that are short, to the point, and contains the main idea with no trivia or unimportant details.
Wonderful. And you know what, Mr. Fagan? That reminds me, I used to do summarizing by remembering a song. Now, I don't know the tune of that song, but the 5 C's I used to focus on. And let me make sure I got them right. Comprehend, chunk, compact, conceptualize, and connect.
You're going to have to teach me that.
I know, I will. I'll teach you that song.
Our vocabulary words for the month of May are editorial, ambulatory, deductive, and narrative.
Yeah, so editorial is our first word of the week. So it's a noun, and it's defined as a commentary on television, radio, or newspaper expressing the opinion of the station, network, or news editor.
I'll use it in a sentence.
Thank you. I was hoping you would.
The editor will be finished with the editorial by close of business.
Wonderful, very good. Can you tell us anything else that's going on for the month of May?
We also want to let you know that the month of May we celebrate Asian Pacific Americans.
Oh, okay.
Find out more about the Asian Pacific Americans and their contributions at your local library.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Fagan. So we want to recognize, and we really want to recognize and congratulate our graduating class of 2015.
Yay!
So happy. And we have a couple students that we kind of want to recognize. And the reason why we want to recognize them because we've been knowing them for years. So I just want to give a little quick shout out to Darren Gibson. Hope you're doing well, Darren.
And I want to shout out Alicia Davis. Both of these students we knew when they were in elementary school. We are hoping that all of our 12th graders graduating this year will come and become positive citizens in our society. We're looking for everyone to be successful and do some great things for Washington, D.C. or wherever else you may land.
Yes, that's a very good point. Well, I think that's all.
I think that's all we have. So join us for another segment of the Richard Wright Reading Corner next time. So until then, we want you to read it, enjoy it, and do it.
Thank you, Miss Young Folk and Mr. Fagan.
To all my boss boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my boss boys. Shout, 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 shout.
Welcome to another edition of Spartan Sportzone, where we give you the latest news in Spartan sports. Unfortunately, the Spartan softball team lost in the playoffs to Washington Latin. The score was 25-11, ending their undefeated streak of 4-0 and ending their season. Congratulations to the senior Spartans players. We wish you well in the future. That's all we have for today. Join us for another edition of The Right News, The Right Way. I'm Brianna Talley, and have a great weekend and see you next week.